You deserve it, baby. You deserve it all.
That's not this
I'm
one.
gonna give it to you.
So, today, if you couldn't tell by the title, we're going to be embarrassing ourselves on the internet for like the however many videos we have on here time. What?
I feel like
20th time. Okay, so we're going to be talking about our first kisses. This was her idea.
I've decided that it's time for me to get over my fear of calling people out on their shit.
Yeah, of course.
We're gonna make a video about our most awkward kisses and what we count as our first kisses.
How about you go first, since this was your idea. Fuck you. Okay.
Yeah. I know that this whole entire family of this kid is probably watching this video right now.
I hope he is.
Because we're still friends with the family. When I was 5, my mom's good family friend used to babysit me, and, well, she had 2 daughters at the time, and we would always play together, and then the son who would get jealous that I would always come over and play with the daughters and not him. So one time he devised a plan, and he was always trying to make a plan to get me to play with him. So he devised a plan where he was like, Jule, come into my room. And I'm like, okay.
Jule, come into my room.
I went into his room, and he was like, kiss me. And I'm like, no. He was like, kiss me. And I was like, no. And he was like, kiss me. And I was like, nah-uh. And then somehow he convinced me after, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes of that. I was 5, short attention span. So
10 minutes, I don't know, that's a pretty long time.
Okay. So basically, I kissed him, and then I went to leave, and he was like, kiss me again, and I was like, no. And he was like, if you don't, I'm gonna tell your mom and my mom that you kissed me. And I was like, no.
And I'm gonna go on ABC News and broadcast it.
Yeah, this kid was like, I will kill your firstborn child if you don't know. Oh my god, that's literally terrible. Can we cut this out?
No.
This kid is not a terrible person. He's a very nice person, actually.
He was also probably 5 at the time.
Well, he was 6.
Oh, an older man, huh? Way to go, Jule.
No. So this went on for, I don't know, maybe a few days. The reason it ended is because we were kissing because we were playing house and we were married. We just jumped right from kissing to being married within like 2 days. His mom walked in on us playing house and playing being married and us kissing, and she was like, what are you 2 doing? And I was just like, we were playing house, we're married. We were in her room, on her bed. She was like, don't do that anymore, and you guys aren't allowed to play in my room anymore. So that was the end of that. Wow.
So now we're gonna go into Kate's childhood stories, and we're gonna have a blast.
We're gonna delve into memories.
If you think my adulthood's weird, just wait.
There's reasons she's like this, and it has to do with her childhood memories.
So the first kiss that I've ever had, that I don't usually count as my first kiss just because I was so young. The first kiss that I ever had was actually when I was 7. And it was with a girl. We're gonna call her Susan.
Okay.
So Susan.
Yes. We broke her.
My aunt's name is Susan. Why am I laughing? Okay, so
You got this.
my first kiss was with Susan. I considered her a good pal, you know. We would play in the jungle gym and stuff. We were like this, you know. I started coming over to her house, you know, because that's what friends do.
If I had friends,
Can clarify
that's what
that.
I would do.
I'm at your house right now, Jule. I went over to Susan's house. You know, she was like, oh, want to play a game with me and my stuffed animals? I'm just like, boy, do I. And she's just like, okay, let's go into the closet. And that should have been a red flag.
Life lessons with Kate and Jule. If anybody ever enthusiastically looks at you and says, "Let's go into the closet."
No
Don't go into
no
the
matter
closet.
how excited they are
Don't
about going
do
in
it.
the closet. Actually, if they are excited, that's even more.
How about you
reason
let
than that.
them go in the closet and you shut the door and you leave?
But
Messed up.
I go in the closet. The game was, you had to go in the closet with the lights off. Yeah. And you have to stand back and put your hands like this. We had to walk forward, and if our hands aligned, uses demonstration. If our hands aligned perfectly, it was like, okay, cool. But like if we went like this, or 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 like this, we had to kiss. And not only did I end up kissing her like 50 times, I ended up kissing all of her stuffed animals as well. And then she ended up kissing all of her stuffed animals. And then I ended up making her stuffed animals kiss. It was a weird night.
Okay, anybody that for fun kisses their stuffed animals for fun,
Don't hurt Susan's feelings. She was a child. She wanted to play with me in a dark closet. It's okay. We're gonna cut that out. No, we're not. What was the first kiss that you consider your first
Okay.
kiss? Not the first ever kiss that
Right.
you've done, but the
Right.
first actual kiss that you consider your
so
first
that
kiss.
was my like technically that was my first kiss. Calm down. The one I counted as my first kiss was when I was 15.
Yeah. So his name was Alexander.
Yeah. That's
I know who this is because
That's
I
a
kissed
fake-
him too.
we'll get to that. So this is a fake name. We're not going to use anyone's real names.
No, no 7-year-old is named Susan these days.
Yeah. We had been dating for maybe a week. I feel bad to say this, but after like a week and a half, I was already like, okay, I'm giving this kid another week and we'll see how he does. Like I was pretty ready to be on my way out after like a week and a half. So a week into our relationship, he kisses me on the cheek in the hallway, and it was like completely by surprise. So that's not what I count as my first kiss. So then a few days later, we were hanging out. It was like a Saturday, you know. I went to his house and we went to the local park. And there's a big hill at this local park, so we climbed all the way to the top of this hill.
Did the same thing with me. He did the same thing with me. What the heck,
Why do you
Alexander?
guys do this?
I'm done. Okay, keep going.
Well, apparently this is the same story, and you're gonna hear it twice. So, anyway,
You're not.
so
I'm not telling this shit. Fuck you, Alexander.
we went to this park and we climbed all the way at the top of this hill, and I was like, okay, we're sitting down on the grass on the hill, we're not saying anything. And so he just decides, I'm sitting like this, he decides to go up behind me and then swings his legs around, so he's like sitting like that behind me, legs open behind me. So he's sitting like that, I'm like, wow, this is awkward. And so after a minute he stops doing that, and then he's just like, we're like sort of cuddling, and he keeps looking at me, like no words, just like staring at me, like looking at me, and I'm like, whoa, man, I know what's coming, and I really don't want to do this right now. Like I just wasn't ready. I was kind of a late bloomer. I turn away from him. He turns toward me. I kind of like lay down on the grass, you know. Oh, this is nice. Okay, I'm just kind of looking at the sun. He's literally staring at me, laying down. I didn't want to kiss this guy so badly that I literally got into a turtle position like this on the ground.
Did you really?
Yes.
What the fuck?
No, wait, okay, not a turtle. I was laying on my stomach.
Armadillo.
No, I was laying down on my stomach, like casually laying down like this, and then I put my head down.
Hedgehog.
I don't know. I literally put my face to the ground, so so he couldn't kiss me.
Did he not
5
take the
minutes?
hint?
I know. I don't understand. Like, I literally was putting my face as close to the ground as possible, so I didn't have to like give him a chance to kiss me. So then after like 5 minutes, I was like, "Wow, Jule, you need to like toughen up and just kiss this guy." And so then I got up and I looked at him and I went for it. And I kind of kissed the side of his lips, and then I actually kissed him, and then, yeah, that was my first kiss. this is really bad, but so he would, whenever he'd see me in the hallways at school, that whole next week, he would be like, oh, hey, and he would try to kiss me in the hallways. So I started taking different routes through the school so I wouldn't have to see him in the hallways, because I didn't want him kissing me in the hallways. I didn't want people seeing me be kissed. I was very private, and I was not into public displays of affection. No. I'm just not that person, and he was, and so I would just avoid him. The relationship ended, like, I believe a month in. Poor Alexander.
Yeah, he wasn't my first, like, official kiss, but I did end up kissing Alexander as well.
What happened was he liked both of us, and this kid, like, moved on fast. He dated, like, 5 or 6 girls that one school year. So in the summer before our sophomore year, him and the lovely Kate dated for, like, 2 weeks. So they dated for 2 weeks in the summer. A few months later, into our sophomore school year, I dated the same kid.
I just want to talk about how we broke up really quick, because it's kind of just, like, it's kind of weird enough to be, like, kind of funny, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, he had just gotten out of, I was such a dick. He went on a trip to Six Flags. And before he came back, I was talking with my one friend, who I have also kissed in the past.
Kate kisses all her friends. She's just a very loving person.
I just love everybody. I was talking to my friend, who I've also kissed, that I wanted to break up with, Alexander.
Every kiss begins with Kate. Ah!
I was just like, yeah, I'm really not feeling it with Alexander. I think that I want to break up with him. He's like, do it now. I'm like, I can't. He's at Six Flags. He doesn't have his phone. And he came back from Six Flags around like 10 p.m. He texts me. I casually asked him, how was Six Flags? And he says, it was great. I guess you could say I had a Six Flags day. I responded saying, Alexander, we need to talk.
Oh, man.
And he did not have Six Flags Day after that. Okay, if you want to, like, not think them as big of a jerk as you probably think right now, he wasn't that sad. We've been dating for 2 weeks, and he was like, well, okay, I guess it's time for me to date Jule now. My first real kiss that I consider was when I was 9, because he was actually my first boyfriend.
Aw, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, he was my first boyfriend.
Aw, cute.
Not really. So,
my dog's scratching at the door.
No, that is a poltergeist. So my first kiss really was with this kid named Mohammed. Basically, this kid was, my friend and all this stuff, and I went over to his house once because he lived like 2 houses down from me. Oh my god, I cringe at thinking about this. So I was about 9, went over to his house, and he was playing with this girl who he kept saying, oh, I'm gonna marry her and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'll help you with the wedding and stuff. Because I went over there all the time. He was like one of my best friends. He was, planning his wedding with this one girl that he was, into. And I was helping them plan it. And I was like, I'm gonna be the maid of honor. We go inside. And we're all sitting on the couch, and Mohammed's mom comes in, and she starts, like, talking with us, being like, oh, yeah, and joking around with us and stuff, and, I need a pillow. Kicking around.
My dad gave me that pillow.
well, I'm about to hit you with it. She starts joking around with us and stuff, and, the girl that he was into, I'm gonna call her Kara, was just like, ah ha ha ha!
Oh, no. It didn't hurt.
And hits her with the pillow. Mohammed's mom flips out. It's just like, hey, you don't hit me with a pillow. You're in trouble. You're going into a timeout. You're banned from the house.
What moms does that?
It wasn't that bad. I'm exaggerating.
She's
fine. It's just,
she's fine.
She was pissed. She got hit with a pillow.
No lasting injuries. It's okay.
She was in the hospital for 2 days tops. Mohammed is like, yeah, well, guess what, Kara? Since you hit my mom with a pillow, I'm not going to marry you anymore. And then he turns to me and he's like, I'm going to marry Kate. And then I'm just like, okay. And so his room, and we start planning our wedding. And the next, because this was over the weekend, the next Monday, we were on the bus. And we always sat all the way in the back. We sat in the back of the bus, and we start telling everyone, oh, yeah, me and Mohammed are going to get married and stuff. We're boyfriend and girlfriend. And they start chanting us on to, like, kiss. And so I kind of had, like, my head turned away from Mohammed at that point.
Yeah.
Like, turn your head. And he literally, like, this is what he does. He goes, like, this. But I wasn't expecting it. So, like, my neck just
like
went,
what a dentist does to open your mouth.
My neck just went, like, and he basically, like, nearly broke my neck. And kissed me, and that was my first kiss, and it was very painful, actually. First, it was the dark, lonely closet, and then I got my neck snapped.
Wow.
Wow. Those were our first kisses.
Yes. Please reply in the comments below and tell us what your first kiss story was, or your most awkward kiss, or anything like that.
Yeah, we would love to hear that.
We'd be interested to hear that.
Actually, even if you feel like we wouldn't be interested, we would be interested.
Yeah.
Trust me, because we feel pretty bad about ours.
Okay.
Okay, so, click like, click subscribe to see more of whatever the heck this was.
Yes,
and
please.
More embarrassing stories, and more of the Jerry crew. Bye!
Bye! Alright. Okay, get out of my house.